You've been using VWAP wrong. And I don't mean your settings. I don't mean the period. I mean the entire way you think about what VWAP actually is. You pull up your chart. You see price touch the VWAP line. You buy. Or you sell. And you wonder why does it work sometimes, fail catastrophically other times, and absolutely destroy your account on the days that matter most. Here's the truth that 99% of retail traders never figure out. VWAP is not a support and resistance line. It's not a moving average. And it's definitely not a buy or sell signal. It's a window into institutional money flow. And if you're using it the way YouTube taught you, you're not trading with the institutions. You're trading against them. Let me show you the 3 ways most traders use VWAP. See if any of these sound familiar. Method 1, the bounce trader. Price hits VWAP from above, you buy. Price hits VWAP from below, you sell. You're treating it like support and resistance. And on some days, it works beautifully. But on trend days, you're getting run over. You're buying the first touch into a VWAP on a strong bearish trend day, and you're wondering why it keeps slicing through like paper. Method 2, the band trader. You've got your first standard deviation, your second standard deviation, your third. Price touches the second deviation, you fade it. You think you're trading mean reversion. What you're actually doing is catching a falling knife or worse, fighting a freight train because you have no idea whether you're in a ranging market or a trending market. Method 3, and this is the most dangerous one, the VWAP crossover trader. You wait for price to cross above VWAP, you go long. Cross below, you go short. You're literally trading a lagging indicator, as if it's a leading one. You're entering after the move has already happened, and you're surprised when you get chopped to death in the first hour. If any of these 3 methods describe you, you're not alone. But you are the reason institutions are able to accumulate and distribute at the prices they want. Because every time you take one of those obvious VWAP setups, there's a very good chance you're taking the other side of an institutional trade. VWAP stands for volume weighted average price. And yes, every trader knows that. But almost nobody understands what it actually means. Think about it this way. Every single share traded today has a price and a volume. VWAP is the average price of all those shares, weighted by how many changed hands at each price. It's not a prediction. It's not a signal. It's a report card. It's the price where the most volume has traded. And who controls the most volume? Institutions, hedge funds, pension funds, algorithmic trading desks. When they're accumulating a position, they want to do it as close to VWAP as possible. When they are distributing selling out of a position, same thing. VWAP is their benchmark. This is the reframe that changes everything. VWAP is not a trading strategy. It's an information tool. It tells you whether you're getting a good price relative to where the smart money has been transacting all day. When you buy significantly above VWAP in the absence of strong institutional buying pressure, you are paying a premium. When you sell significantly below VWAP, you're accepting a discount, and if you're short, that might be exactly what you want. But if you're long, you're getting robbed. The question isn't will VWAP hold? The question is, am I getting a good price relative to institutional flow, or am I being baited into a bad one? Now let me give you the 3 rules that actually work. Write these down. Rule 1. Context before VWAP. You do not trade VWAP in a vacuum. The first question you ask every morning is not where's VWAP. The first question is, what kind of day is this? Is this a trend day or a range day? On a trend day, when we're gapping up or down on significant volume, when the market has a clear directional bias, VWAP becomes a reference point for entries in the direction of the trend. You look for pullbacks to VWAP to enter with the institutional flow. You do not fade it. You do not short the first touch of VWAP on a strong bullish trend day because it's extended. That's how you miss the move. On a range day when we're opening flat, when volume is below average, when there's no clear catalyst, VWAP becomes the center of gravity. Price oscillates around it. That's when you use your bands. That's when mean reversion works. But you have to identify the context first. How do you identify it? Look at the first 30 minutes. Is the market making higher highs and higher lows with volume? Trend day. Is it chopping back and forth across the opening range? Range day. Your VWAP strategy depends entirely on this answer. Rule 2. Volume validates VWAP. A VWAP touch without volume is a trap, period. When price returns to VWAP and volume is drying up, when the bars are getting smaller, when the market feels quiet, that's institutional absorption. They are defending their position. That's where you want to enter. When price returns to VWAP and volume is exploding big red bars, aggressive selling, speed picking up, that's not a bounce. That's a breakdown. That's institutions getting OUT. And if you're buying that dip to VWAP, you just bought their exit liquidity. Look at the footprint. Look at the delta. If you don't have footprint charts, look at volume divergence. Is volume increasing as price approaches VWAP from above? Be very careful. Is volume decreasing on the approach? That's your higher probability setup. Rule 3. The time of day principle. VWAP in the first hour is noisy. Overnight activity, opening auctions, algorithmic rebalancing, it hasn't settled yet. The institutional benchmark hasn't been established. The most reliable VWAP trades happen after 10:30 a.m. Eastern. By then, the opening range has been established, the initial volatility has settled, and VWAP has had enough volume to actually mean something. Morning VWAP breaks. More likely to be a head fake. Midday VWAP rejection with volume confirmation. That's the real move. And end-of-day VWAP tests, especially in the last 30 minutes, often signal whether institutions are comfortable holding overnight above or below their average price. That's information you can actually use for your next day bias. Let me walk you through 2 real scenarios. First, the old way. Then, the right way. Scenario A. Bullish trend day, the S&P gaps up 40 points on strong overnight futures. The old me sees price pull back to VWAP at 10:15 a.m. I buy. It bounces 2 points, I feel smart. Then it drops through VWAP, stops me out, and rallies 60 points without me. I took the right idea at the wrong time, with no confirmation. The right way, gap up on volume, tells me this is a trend day. I'm only looking to buy pullbacks to VWAP, not sell them. Price pulls back at 10:15. I check volume, it's declining on the approach. I check the footprint, positive delta, absorption. I enter at VWAP with a stop below the low of the pullback. Target, the next extension. Result, 12-point winner, clean execution, in sync with institutional flow. Scenario B, range day trap, flat open. Choppy first hour. The old me sees price tag, the upper band second, standard deviation. I short the overextension. It keeps running. I add to the short. It squeezes 20 points. I blow up. The right way, flat open, no trend, this is a range day. But wait, I'm not fading the first extension. I'm waiting for price to return to VWAP first. When it gets there, I check volume. Volume is drying up. The range is holding. Now I can look for a bounce off VWAP toward the opposite band. Or I wait for a confirmed break of VWAP with volume to signal the range is breaking. Either way, I'm not guessing. I'm reading institutional behavior. See the difference? Same tool. Completely different results. Because the tool isn't the strategy. Your read on institutional flow is: quick recap. 3 mistakes that will keep you on the wrong side of VWAP forever. Mistake 1. Trading VWAP without establishing daily context. Trend day versus range day. Get this wrong, and every setup that follows is wrong. Mistake 2. Ignoring volume on the approach. Volume is the only thing that tells you whether institutions are defending a level or running for the exits. A VWAP touch means nothing without this confirmation. Mistake 3. Using VWAP as a prediction instead of a benchmark. It doesn't predict where price is going. It tells you whether you're getting a good price relative to where the majority of today's volume has traded. That's information, not a signal. Fix these 3 things, and you go from being the liquidity that institutions feed on to trading alongside the money that actually moves markets. Now I want to hear from you. Which of the 3 mistakes have you been making? Drop a comment 1, 2, or 3. Be honest. I read every single one. And if you want to see me break down a real trading session using these exact VWAP rules, a full trade review with entries, exits, and the exact volume reads I was looking at, let me know in the comments. If this video hits 500 comments, I'll record the full session breakdown and post it next week. Subscribe with notifications on. I drop videos every week that reverse engineer what actually works in trading, not the theory, not the indicators, but the institutional logic behind why markets move. And remember, VWAP isn't broken. Your understanding of it is. Fix the understanding, fix the results. Subscribe, I'll see you in the next one.